All right, the journey of quitting caffeine. I quit caffeine for like a month or close to 2 months, I believe. I went from basically being on 200 milligrams, maybe even more, like 250 even, drinking nitro Starbucks coffees, to zero. And I did do the slow wean off of it. And the reason I did this was heart rate reasons. I wanted to see what it did to my heart rate to get off of caffeine. I wanted to. Actually, no, that's not the main reason. The main reason was to confirm to myself that I do not have a vice with caffeine. I like to confirm that things aren't controlling me. And I'm not a slave to anything external, basically. Right? So I had to, once again, I had to prove to myself that I can get off of caffeine at will without, failing. So it was just literally that's the type of shit I do sometimes. And I mean, I'll give you the results in a second, but it was hard. It's miserable. Um, I was on basically caffeine for a year or two straight, I'd say. And before that, never before. But the results I saw in terms of productivity and thinking quicker and all of that energy, and even the ritual was the main thing, the hardest part for me to get rid of. But the results with using caffeine was great. It was worth it. I saw this crazy post about caffeine. Basically, you can think of it as borrowing from your future energy. You're borrowing tomorrow's energy to use today. Boom, that blew my fucking mind, bro. Holy cow, that's a banger. That's a banger. So, those of you who have been on caffeine for years and years, you have borrowed. It's not a 1-to-1 ratio, obviously. It's not like you have caffeine today, you take an hour off your life or something. There is no calculation to it, but just as an understanding, that's a good way to understand it. So I quit it, right? I went no coffee first, and I went on to natural caffeine like green tea, those little pick me up shots, it's called, from Fieldhouse, Greenhouse, whatever that company is that does the ginger shots too in the grocery store. I went to 100 milligrams, and then I went to NeuroGum, one piece of NeuroGum or one mint. And by the way, life always perfectly works out because I got sick. Right? I was trying to quit. I was lowering down the caffeine. Then I got sick. And that was my point of like, dude, I'm suffering already. Why don't I suffer more? And then I just went cold turkey on the caffeine basically. But the day before that, I only took I took 20 milligrams only. It was hard. So there's headaches. There's literally you feel miserable, like you have no will. It rids you of your will basically. Not mine though. It affects it, but mine is perpetual, extremely hardcore will. I have to do what I have to do. But it does like just makes you bitchy, miserable, irritable, etc. And yeah, I quit, and then the it was basically the ritualistic part, like looking forward to having just a coffee in the morning. That's the hardest part to get rid of. I'm still off coffee right now, but I'm back on caffeine and I'm only on 50 milligrams. So I cut cold turkey so that I can set a new limit and stick with it, like 50 or 60, 70 in there. But no, I'm not going back to nitro coffees. That's crazy. 200 milligrams. It's the ritualistic part of it that's hard to get rid of. And I noticed this with myself. Like, once you adjust, it's so easy. Like, you feel so good, and your energy lasts actually longer. It's like the biggest trick ever. Like, they're tricking you that coffee, like, gives you energy. Once you fully quit for 2 months after being on it for 2 years, you'll see the natural energy is still there. But But those of you who have drank coffee for years and years, you're probably too screwed up already. It kills your gut health if you're doing fasted coffee. And the the result is that life is better on coffee or on caffeine. That's what I've realized. Because I have so little vices with anything else, no alcohol, no drugs, no vaping, no smoking, no nothing. None of them, basically. Um, because of that, I feel like I can definitely fit caffeine in as one of them. Because who cares, right? Like, I feel better when I am able to look forward to having something caffeinated in the day. It's a net positive for me. But now I get to set that new limit, right? But this is like basically about killing vices. Like, it is hard to kill those vices.